publishing company offered me $450,000, right? And I was like, was ready to lose my mind at the time. I was broke. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy, right? But check this out. What I didn't know is they offered that money because they thought I was going to get a white man to write my book. And I was like, yo, I'm not no, like, I'm a fucking writer. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm a writer. Like, I'm not letting know. I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, man. Like, but check this out. So when they came back and offered me the deal for me to do it myself, what you think that number turned into?
Half of that.
Guess again.
100.
Guess again.
50.
$15,000. So from 450 to do it with a ghostwriter that I do now, 450 and I keep the 70 and I get a 30% to him, right? Turned into $15,000 for me to keep, but I had to take the $15,000 because that was my story. I couldn't. It killed me to have a book out, and I call myself. I'm not no like figure or no celebrity. I'm a writer. I tell people all day. I'm trying to make a movie in Baltimore, man. Actually, me and Mello trying to make a movie here. You know what I mean?
DTLR Radio, your fashion, your lifestyle, your music, get plugged in with Fadam Got the Juice live from the Unruly Springground Studio on another beautiful day in this holiday season, and I'm blessed to sit with one of Baltimore's most established authors, booksellers, just one of the greatest men we have in our city of Baltimore. Mr. D.Watkins is here, man. How are you?
What's up, man? How you feel?
I'm great, man. How's life?
Life is excellent, man. We here, we breathing. You know, we about to make it into another year.
You know what
I mean?
I love that for you. Now, first of all, I want to say, man, congrats on everything you've done. I've been seeing your name for a very long time in the city. It's always been positive. It's always looked amazing. You always represent the city well and speak super well when it comes about the city of Baltimore, man. So I definitely want to say congrats to you on everything.
It's because I know how to hide the negative stuff.
Okay.
No, man, congrats to you too, man. You've been doing your thing for a minute, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
you travel around the world and put on for us, man.
Man, you know, it's important that we got people in our city like this, you know what I'm saying, that can be well traveled and super respected and just doing super amazing things. I went to college with your wife, man, and it was I remember seeing that and I'm like, oh, that's hard. That makes sense. That makes sense, man. So salute to y'all for just doing dope things for the city of Baltimore, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
How did you get started, man? I always wanted to know that. Where did it come from?
It's a funny story. I was in a hospital, right? You know, just running around, wild street stuff, whatever, and I got forced to sit down for a second, and I met a nurse, and you know, she was bad. She was like, you know, imagine like Rihanna being a nurse. You know what I'm saying? So she come in the room and, you know, I'm tubes all in my arms and tubes all in my nose, and the first thing I do is I push up on her like, yo, what's up? I'll be out here in a minute. And she's like, nah, I don't date thugs. I'm like, thug? Like, I'm not a thug. And she's like, everybody who come in here to see you, you know, they smell like weed. And I'm like, they got cataracts. And she thought that was funny, but she didn't give me her phone number. So she left. She came back later that night. And when she came back, she was reading the book. And, you know, when I was coming up, I didn't really see a lot of people from our demographic walking around with a book stuck to their face. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it happened, but it's like a rare thing. So I asked about the book, and she's like, yo, this book is about you. I said, nobody wrote a book about me. So she said, nah, it's a book about thugs, right? So she started telling me about it, and I'm like, you know, I'm listening and I'm interested, but I ain't, you know, I'm still trying to get a number. I fell asleep, woke up the next day, the book was next to me, and I read the book in like, you know, 3 days, which was fast for me at that time. Like now I can probably read anywhere from 600 to 1,200 pages in a day, depending upon how dense it is. But back then, you know, reading that 300 pages in a couple of days was like a big thing for me, and I was hooked ever since. The book was The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah.
I remember that book.
So I read that joint, then I read everything Sister Souljah ever wrote, and then I found the people who inspired her. So I'm reading Baldwin and Zora Neale Hurston, and I'm reading the great Toni Morrison, and then I'm finding out other people and other realities who was, you know, people who were alive around that time in writing. So I'm reading On the Road and Neck and Lunch, and then I'm finding out, you know, they were inspired by Fyodor Dostoevsky. So I'm sitting in the middle of the projects reading The Idiot and The Gambler. That's dense Russian literature. You know what I'm saying? Just all snowball effect from somebody putting a book in front of me that spoke to my reality and my existence, and that's how I got my start.
Dang. I would have never thought that's where it started from.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It was like a career that happened, for me trying to get a number that I couldn't get, for me punching above my weight at the time.
Now, have you ever come across that young lady since?
Nah, man, but if I do, like, I feel like I owe her, like...
Yeah, just say a thank you.
I was gonna say like $100,000, but yeah, thank you, yeah.
Definitely a thank you. Like, listen, I didn't get you, and, I landed something better, but listen, I thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah, and I got a chance to talk about this on like some many different platforms. I wonder if she saw it one day and just maybe she even sent me a D. I don't even really looking at DMs, so it might be not the DMs that be like from people you don't follow. I never see them, so like.
Oh, you don't look at them DMs at all?
Nah,
yeah, I'm sure yours be crazy.
It's too much work.
Yeah.
But if you in there, shorty, like shout out to you.
Shout out to you. She definitely probably in there by now.
By now,
she's definitely probably in there by now, just to say like, oh yeah. What was your first big gig?
My first big gig was so my first big gig actually was before I had a career. I'll say for television, it was definitely working on HBO documentary, the Slow Hustle. For books, it was I ghost wrote a book. Or I shouldn't say I ghost wrote the book because I'm a ghostwriter now, but I wrote whole sections of a book for a writer who wanted to talk about street stuff, but he wasn't a street guy. And I wrote sections of that book for him, and I ended up getting some bread from him, and I ended up finding out I had the skill set to tell my own story.
Man, so
that was like my first big. That was the first time I wrote something, and it's like, all right, bet, like here's $10,000. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, $10,000. Like at the time, I was like, oh, $10,000 for this? Like I can, do this in my sleep. So
up until I saw it in your bio, right? I didn't know ghostwriting was actually a thing for authors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a co-writer and a ghostwriter, so
okay.
It's like some of your favorite athletes and entertainers now too. I wrote their books, and I just we signed like all these NDAs, so I can't really say it. And then some, a lot of famous, real celebrities. We co-wrote. Like if you look at me and Mello joint, it's me and Mello, but me and Mello wrote it together. If you look at me and Mike Africa joint, it's me and Mike. But then there's some other ones where. For whatever reason, sometimes it's for like an academic or a person who they want the narrative that they sat down and did that part of it. And for me, it's transactional. It don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, man, you paying me for it. I keep quiet. I sign this NDA and
yeah, it don't mean nothing. Like especially like if it's not my story or if it's not like 100% of my ideas and the way my brain works, I honestly would rather not have my name on it. Like I'm not even into it. Like,
how often does that happen?
Lately, I've been. It's been a lot of people coming at me for both. So it's like the first time I did it, because I never even thought about it. Like I said, I did it early on, and I didn't think about it as a career. But then when my daughter was born, and I found myself just always, okay, you got to go to Arkansas, Jonesboro, you know what I'm saying? You got to go to, and I'm just naming some of the most random places, back to Portland, whatever, like Boston. I'm not the biggest Boston fan in the world, but
me neither.
All of these different places I have to go, and I have this little kid, and I'm like, yo, I want to be home. Like I want to see everything. I want to first time, what I'm saying? She eat a grape. I want to be there. So it's like I started, like I told my agent, like, yo, we gonna look at this ghostwriting thing a little bit more seriously, because it gives me like a 9 to 5, so I can just
so you can just write,
have my Zooms, or go sit down with the person for a week or something like that, and then come back in my hole and just crank out the book.
How long it take you to write a whole book?
So it depends. Like I wrote a book. So one job, I'll tell you who it was for when we get off the air, but this was like the fastest probably. I had 28 days to do like 80,000 words.
What?
Yeah. So I just like every day I just did it from like 9 to 9, and I just like got it done. Sometimes like I think me and Mello joint went a little longer, because when we started the book before the pandemic, and then when we got into a rhythm, he ended up being picked up by Portland, and they had to go into the bubble, and I had the opportunity to go to the bubble, but I couldn't leave. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. You know, it'd probably be great to watch a bunch of basketball games, but I'm not sitting in there. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So we had to stretch our interviews out, but by the time I got on the interviews, then we got to rock and roll them, and it was like easy.
Did you know Bello prior to having to like write for him and do stuff with him?
Yes and no. So yes, I knew Mello, but it was like loosely. You know what I'm saying? We used to be over Bocheck all the time, and like everybody know Bay. So Mello and his friends, and he's a couple years younger than me, but him and his friends, they was going to every neighborhood in Baltimore, and they was just beating the shit out of everybody. Like, they was just smashing shit, like every neighborhood, Cloverdale, Goldilocks, Patterson Park, down the projects, the Cave, 101. Like it was 5 or 6 of them piling up in a car, and they was kind of like on their own little tour.
Getting big.
So he can't do our neighborhood, they can't do Bochecks, and they can't do Elwood. They fucked us up. But but I knew him, and I was just always proud of him because he was always just calm and laid back into himself. And but I think in doing this book, when we built the real relationship, because we had to get in real arguments and real fights and really figure out like the best way to tell his story. And I say, out of everybody who I work with in these projects, he's definitely hands down the best. He's a great storyteller, and he's hilarious. He's a funny guy. So
man, so how do y'all get through those fights and those arguments, and you not take it personally? Like, man, I ain't doing this.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think everybody know that, like, I'm here to make sure, like, if I'm writing your book, then my job is to make sure you come off like you're gonna be the best at whatever. And I think people understand that. I think I'm a journalist too, so I ask a lot of questions. I ask a lot. Like, my questions have questions. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm good at, I can agitate and pick at people too. So I'm real good at like identifying triggers. Like, I can figure out, from listening to people, the things that like make them happy, make them sad, make them want to swing. Like, and I play with that too. Like, cause I'm just, like, how far is somebody gonna go? How far are you gonna go? Now, you got to do that, not to be a bad person, but you got to do that to get the right emotions for the right beats, so that the project is going how the project. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. What's your take on the state of journalism as we know right now? Some people saying journalism dying. What's your thoughts on it? I think I think the online media, the clickbait era, has produced a whole lot of people who don't really respect the craft. And I think a lot of times, we're conflating entertainment with journalism, and it's like not the same thing. So like, if we have a podcast and we having a conversation and we talking, you know what I'm saying? There's pieces to it, but at the same time, if you're not checking me on stories, if you're not checking me on what I'm telling you, if you're not pulling up data from that hospital visit and where that nurse is, and figuring out if I really read On the Road and Neck at Lunch and all of these different things, then it becomes entertainment. Now, if you're vetting, if we're vetting the thing, and it's kind of hard to do. Like, if you're watching the Oprah show back in the day, some people might call that journalism, but I think that would be more entertainment. Even though the producers do everything in their power to vet, it's still like it's a space for it. Yeah. I don't think the profession is dying. I think that we just call anything journalism, and I don't think we should do that, because I think it's a lane for both. Like, I did a story on Dwayne Wade that came out in May, right? I followed that man for 1.5 years. I was there when he had cancer, when he found out he had cancer. I was there at the statue unveiling. I was there when he gave the $3 million in Marquette. I was there. We spent a bunch of time in New York together. We spent time, like, we literally traveled everywhere, and I didn't write a word. I spent months just taking notes, talking to people, talking to his father, talking to his kids, talking to his brother, talking to old people he played on teams with, talking to his college coach. Anybody they put in front of me, so he said he had holes in his shoes when he was a kid. He had black sneakers with holes in his shoes, so he used to take the marker and color his socks so you couldn't see the hole in his shoe. All right, bet. Now I'm asking his sister, I'm asking the people he went to high school with, I'm asking the people he balled with, because I'm not writing that down unless the rule of thumb is like 3 people to verify, and I go with like 8. You know what I'm saying? So but people don't report like that no more. People just, if you tell me you know what I'm saying, around the locker room office, everybody's scared of you. You take people lunch, you smack two of your co-workers, you count money in the break room, and I'm just like, all right, bet.
Like, yeah, that's what Fadam told me. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, I need to go ask.
But I'm going around like, yo,
Yeah.
so what he be doing in the break room? So he be counting money? So he just walking around choking out people in the stock room? Like, yo, this nigga's out of pocket. Like,
That makes sense.
You know.
That makes sense. And it's crazy because, like, the way you speak it, it makes a lot of sense. I feel like there's a world where some people look at it as like somebody's being messy. But it's like, no, like, we got to verify this is...
And it's nothing wrong, but it's also a lane for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lane for, like, podcasts is like the most entertaining, one of the most entertaining, like, forms of media right now. And I think we learn a lot. I think we get personal stories. Sometimes I think, you know, we turn people off when we dig too deep. Sometimes it's funny and entertaining when we live on the surface, and we get lessons from that too.
Yeah.
So I think they both wildly important. Just one shouldn't take away from the other.
You got a lot of podcasts you listen to?
Right now, I was listening to a podcast called The Burden because we're supposed to be making a show in Brooklyn. So we're supposed to be going out to try to sell this show next year. So that podcast is an example of journalism because everything is fact checked by like a million sources, and it's all reporters, and then it's actual people who are referenced, but then the people are being fact checked and picked apart too. So I've been listening to that one, but for work purposes. For entertainment purposes, I haven't really been listening to music because I don't really want to be influenced, and I haven't really been watching TV. I've been like listening to a lot of Alice Coltrane, like John Coltrane's wife. His wife.
Okay.
She's like a great harpist. I've been listening to a lot of that, and then like movie scores. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that hero journey baked into my brain, so when I sit down to write, I'm always thinking of art.
It's crazy. I don't know how to get into it, but I would love to get into that movie scores land. Like I love I have an idea just to do I used to love movie soundtracks. And I know the movie soundtracks went with some of our greatest movies, but the score within the soundtracks I thought were great, like Juice and like Tupac is running through and that beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is like,
people don't know it's intentional.
it's intentional.
We want you to feel a certain way. When his eyes get big, when they walk up on that roof, we want you to feel that. And I think if you watched it without the music, it don't even hit the same.
It will not hit the same at all. I always wanted to get into that. And like, how do you learn something like that?
So I don't know how to make them. I just listen to them. You know
I
what I mean?
wanna...
But I think you would just like you become a composer, and you study that, and you learn how to you know, like the same way people study production and certain different things. And you know, do you play an instrument or?
No, I don't. But I can figure this out though. I
mean, my daughter plays the cello. She's 5 years old. She's like, you put her before she could even like fully put thoughts together. You put her in front of an instrument, and she's like a fish in water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just literally like anything else. Like I was talking about with the books. Like, you know, I wasn't a reader when I was coming up. To read a book that was like 150 pages would be something that, you know, it would be a struggle for me. And now it's nothing. It's because it's my business, and I do it every day. You know what I mean? Just like somebody like Kobe shooting 1,500 jump shots, 1,500 makes is the same thing. Like, it's my business. Like, I don't even, you know, understand people who want to even be in this business and they don't have that type of appetite for the world that they're in.
Absolutely have to. What did you read today?
So today, I'm working on a book. I don't know if you ever watched the Today Show, but it's this guy named Craig Melvin. It's one of the black anchors who has a great career. Like, he came from Columbia, South Carolina, and he built this big life for himself. But we're doing a book we're doing a book about him becoming a man through the lens of stories involving him and his mom and the food she prepared. So it's like family and food. So right now, I'm reading the one he did about his dad called Pops. So his mom, she just had a 75th birthday party in Columbia, South Carolina. So I just went down to Columbia, stayed the weekend, met his whole family. We'll be in New York next week. And then, well, I'll be in New York with my I'll be in New York. Our families will be in New York next week, and then my family will come back home, and then I'll go back to New York, and I'll spend a significant amount of time around the Today Show, just learning how he talks and his mannerisms, and then I'll go back into my hole, and I'll come out with a book.
This is dope just to hear somebody with a different path. Like I was telling all my guys today, prior to just me letting them know, I said, yo, we got an interview book at this time. And I was like, for those of y'all that don't know him, I think y'all need to come and just meet him and just hear his journey, because it's just different. Like, I'm big on the networking aspect of life, but just hearing different people's stories and how we got to where we're at sometimes in life. Like, I think that's dope. It's creative and it's motivating, because there's no one way to get anywhere in this. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the names and the people that you've worked with are all, like, they're big names. And you yourself is a big name, especially coming from a city like Baltimore, where it's like, yo, people don't think that we have this type of talent sometimes in our city, and we do. So I'm always big on coming across those people and being able to sit down like I am with you today.
I love those stories, and then I just love, I love those stories, but then I just love the idea of the things that connect us, right? I think, everyone who and everyone who I know that has had some kind of success, there's like there's an element of discipline. You know what I'm saying? There's an element of discipline, and then it's like levels to it. I was working on this story around PG Lang, and I went to maybe 6 tour stops with them, and working on this story, and everything that we know about them as a company. We don't even know the discipline and the work ethic
that it takes.
Yo, homie don't eat nothing but salmon and raw vegetables, and drink water. No drugs, no parties, no fun. Just straight. So it's and I'm like, yo, wow. So I think about my own work schedule, and I'm like, yo, there's somebody else that is doing it at a whole different level. Yeah. And we just think about what it means. You know what I'm saying? What it means when you fully are you really fully committed to craft?
Are you as committed as you think you are? I know I heard a story that they told me he don't have a phone in the off season. During when it's album time and tour time, he has the phone. But once all this die down, he go back in his crib, family, no phone. If you need to get in touch with him, you got to email.
And then you think about the people and the people that and you think about their discipline. And I'm always into that side of the story too, because we see the awards, we see what we put on the internet, but a lot of times we don't see the letdowns, and we don't see the grind. So we don't know that I got 8 books out, but people don't know it took me over a year to find a literary agent, and it took her over 2.5 years to sell my first book. So that's 2.5 years of people saying no. Damn. They don't even know. People don't know that, and that's why I'm very vocal about this stuff to people who want to be in this business. My first book deal, the first time I had a book deal, the publishing company offered me $450,000, right? And I was ready to lose my mind at the time. I was broke, so I'm like, yo, this is crazy, right? But check this out. What I didn't know is they offered that money because they thought I was going to get a white man to write my book. And I was like, yo, I'm not I'm a fucking writer. What are you talking about? I'm a writer. I'm not letting know. I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, man.
I'm writing this.
But check this out. So when they came back and offered me the deal for me to do it myself, what you think that number turned into? Half
of that.
Guess again.
100.
Guess again.
50.
$15,000. So from 450 to do it with a ghostwriter that I do now, 450, and I keep the 70, and I get a 30% to him, right? Turned into $15,000 for me to keep, but I had to take the $15,000 because that was my story. I couldn't. It killed me to have a book out, and I call myself. I'm not no figure or no celebrity. I'm a writer. I tell people.
So they wanted you to find a ghostwriter.
No, they had one already.
Yeah, they had one for you.
One. He was excited. He called me and all that. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
And y'all would have bust down 400. And you was like, nah.
450. And I was like, nah. I gotta stand on my own. And now I do it for other people. And the craziest thing is that I turn so much work down because it's not a lot of black ghostwriters and a lot of black people that want books. They want to work with somebody that understand a little bit.
That's real.
I mean, the ones who not Uncle Toms, they understand, like, you know, like they want somebody who really know, you know what I'm saying, what it mean to leave the door open in the summertime and your grandmother yell, "Why you letting all my air out?" As if that's
you running up my light bill.
Yeah, they want somebody to know what they don't want to have to explain that shit. You know what I mean, to somebody.
Damn. That publishing company, you ever talk to them again?
Yeah, I did another book with them. Like I did the Cook Up with them, and I did Black Boy Smile with them like 5-6 years later. So I did a book with them. One thing about me is, like, you know, I don't really take anything personal. Like, I don't take anything personal because I don't know these people, and these people don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me to, like, you know, walk around with some type of narrative in my head that's basically says that they understand any and everything that makes up me is just, it's ridiculous. It's entry level narcissism. It's just, you know, it just doesn't really make any sense. So I don't walk around expecting anybody to know me, to think about me, or to care about anything I do, and that makes for a very comfortable life.
Listen, the way you live, dog. Like, I think it's dope the way that you live. Like, man, like I'll be looking sometimes, and I'm like, man, this man be everywhere with everybody, like doing some major dope things, and it's like D be chilling, like ain't flashy, he ain't got none of the, he's not trying to stand out, man, and you just gotta respect that.
I'd rather be around my friends.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and I think a lot of people get that part mixed up too. Like, I got a lot of friends who, they're writers too, and they get to Hollywood, or they want to be in Hollywood. Some of the more serious ones try to just stay and remain in New York, but a lot of times, you know, they want to be stars. And I'm not trying to knock nobody for what they want to be, but one thing I always preach is, like, you get there with the people you came with.
Get there with the people you came with. Get there with
the people you came with.
Get there with the people you came with.
They got their crew already. Like, you know, man, I don't care who I'm around, man. If my brother Tay Rose outside, he coming in. I don't care where. I don't care if I'm with the. I literally just got I don't say kicked out, but I just got banned from an event with the royal family in Qatar.
For real?
Over Thanksgiving, yeah.
Why?
Cause my background. You know what I mean? They bring me all the way out there and they ain't do a background check. So they looked at my background and they was like, "Yo, for what he's been through and what we found about his backstory and the stuff that he's been through, he can't be in this space." And
is that bad?
I mean, nah, it ain't that bad, but at the same time, it's what I'm saying, that it doesn't matter, because you shouldn't want to be around anybody.
Yeah, that's true. That
doesn't want to be around you.
Absolutely.
Regardless, I did an ABC town hall. I got invited to help work on a town hall with Barack Obama. I did events with Kamala before, you know what I'm saying, you know, before
like I've been around the upper echelon.
I got vetted to do stuff, you know, but again, like American exceptionalism, we think that it's everywhere and different people have different things, and it's, you know, I feel nothing. I think my family flew out. We went to the desert. We had pizza for Thanksgiving. We had a great time. We had a ball. I felt like it was a win. You know what I mean?
Like, okay, I ain't gotta go over there kicking with y'all. Guess what? We about to make the most of this trip.
I would never think my daughter. I would never think to bring my daughter to Qatar. Like, I would never think about that. But she got that experience, and now that's part of her story. You know what I'm saying? At
a very young age now. She might forget in like about 4 or 5 years.
And we made fun of it. I was on there with Mello. Mello made fun of it. You know what I'm saying? My sister Kalela, they made fun of me a little bit, but, you know, they made fun of me a little bit. But we had a great time, man. We had a great time, man.
Now, talk to me about this House of Mello. Now, before we get into this House of Mello discussion, right? I'm gonna let you know something about me. I'm originally from New York.
I know. Okay. I know you're a Nick fan and all that, man.
I know,
man.
I know you're a Nick fan. It hurts my heart.
I saw you on a jump shot.
Listen, it hurts my heart that I don't even think me and Mello really met yet. Like, we ain't met. Of course, I see them play ball, but like, I didn't get to go to none of the events. And then when y'all was over at prom, Tremaine told me, but I was in here and I was just like, I don't just want to pop up. Like,
No, you just call me, man.
yeah, like, listen.
When we can have something for the closing, man. You coming through that, man.
Bet. That sounds good. Listen, I went with DTLR. We started carrying the Famous Nobody. I went and bought some pieces. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready because I thought the Famous Nobody joint. I think that joint hard. But talk to me about your role in this House of Mellow and what actually is it for people that don't know.
The House of Mellow is a wild story how it came together. So for people who don't know, if you're familiar with the Book of Hove in New York,
yeah, absolutely,
which is where the idea came from, the House of Mellow is our take on.
This makes sense.
Yeah, it's our take on telling Carmelo Anthony's Hall of Fame story at the Pratt Library where he spent time at as a child. The idea originally came from the Pratt CEO, Chad Helton, and I was a writer in res, so I won this award called the Hackerman Writer in Residence at the Pratt, meaning that they give me a bag of cash. I come to the library a couple of times a year and hold little groups and just talk to people about publishing and the industry and these things, and it's all free. So I had to meet Chad and the woman Nancy Hackerman, whose family the award is named after. So we having lunch one day, and he's new to Baltimore, and he's telling me, he's like, yo, I wanna make my mark on the city. I want to do something big, right? He said, that Book of Hove was nice. We should do that with your TV stuff and your books and all that. How many books you got? And I was like, yo, I got 8, but I was like, I don't really want to do that with me. And he's like, why? And I'm like, yo, I'm not a celebrity, dog. I'm a civilian. I don't want to look at an 80 by 80 in my face. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm not dead. So Lake Clifton High, I went to Dunbar High School.
Oh, you went to Dunbar?
I went to Dunbar, but Lake Clifton High School, I went to speak to the kids one day, and they bring me into the hallway, and I had just donated them some books, and they took this big cover off the wall, and it's like a big picture of me, and they thought I was going to be choked up, and I'm like, yo, that's fire, bro. When it come down, because it just make me feel like it just make me feel like I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that stuff when I'm dead. So I was like, nah. So he's like, if not you, then who? And I'm like, yo, Carmelo's about to go to the Hall of Fame. You know?
That.
And he's like, oh my God, Carmelo. He said Carmelo makes perfect sense. So then he says, so I say, well, let me know how it works out, man. I know Melo. I can tie you into some of his peoples. He's a great brother to work with, man. Y'all should definitely get together and do y'all thing, man. And he's like, no, I thought you would do it. And I'm like, I'm not a curator. And he's like, I think you can do it. So I called Kalila up. Kalila is my friend from high school, but she's also has been Melo's stylist and creative director for like 17, 18 years. So her and Melo, they like brothers and sisters, right? They like brothers and sisters. So I called Kalila up, and I'm like, yo, what you think of doing this? And she was like, yo, we got to do it. And I'm like, well, let's talk about, 2026. And she's like, nah, I'm coming to Baltimore in like 2 days. She's been living in New York for the last 20-some years. So she came to Baltimore. We had a little conversation about it, and we decided to co-curate it. And from there, we got the fundraising. We got the connecting with the right people. We just went and sat down with Melo 1,000 times just to pick apart like different things that he might want to see. We had to meet with the governor, the mayor, a bunch of other people to try to get them involved and, to get people to come together. It was a lot of political stuff to actually get it together. And I think the bad part about it is we had some people rooting against us. Like one of the board members, actually the longest serving board member, had came out and he said this in front of somebody who works in the mayor's office. He said, you letting D.Watkins, as in the D.Watkins from East Baltimore, curate something in our major space? And he said, the new CEO said, yeah. And he said he's doing it on Carmelo Anthony, as in the ball player. And he said, yes. He said they're two common street thugs. They don't deserve anything. They can't pull it off. You're going to fail. So when,
What?
But then and that's the bad part. But the good part is there was a bunch of board members like my guy, Bob Nah, and my guy Jamar and other people, and definitely Nancy Hackerman. They were like saying, yo, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure they have what they need to get it done. And they did that, and other people followed their lead. And they did that, and we pulled it off, and we quadrupled traffic in the library. And And, because there was a moment where we were going to take it from the library and put it in the city building. But Mello was very adamant about it being in the library. And he was smart for standing on that because the library's free and it's open. So anybody can come see it whenever they want to. And you putting kids in front of books, which I think was real smart and big on his behalf. So, we did all of these great things, and I think the one thing that a lot of people don't know that, it's why I'm thankful that you allowed me to come on here and talk about this, is that we have been giving a year's worth of free community programming and non-traditional career paths. So we got podcasters coming in. We got people from the NBA coming in. We got NBA trainers coming in. We got business managers coming in. We already had journalists come in. Sports journalists and people who do the work, and they're able, Kalila didn't know a stylist for, celebrities and public figures when she was a girl walking the halls of Dunbar, but now she gets to share that skill with other girls in Baltimore City, and that's a real thing.
That's
so
fire.
It's like, and it's free. So it's like college level courses for free, and this is all connected to the House of Mello.
How often do they do it?
It could be anywhere from once a month over the next year to like 2 or 3 times a month. But the whole schedule will be on the Enoch Press website.
Man, I'm gonna have to make sure I stay tapped in. I'm a person that just
we might need you to teach a class.
Yeah,
man.
listen, I'm with teaching a class, but more importantly, I'm with just spreading the information. I'm an information guy. I'm great at running my mouth. Your wife will tell you that's who I've been since college, right? Just spreading the word about what's going on. Period. I don't care what it is.
Y'all got good stuff going on at Coppin, man.
Yeah, we do. We do. Salute Coppin State University, man, because we look amazing, man. It looks so good over there. But
my mother-in-law was the accountant.
Oh yeah,
for years.
For like
30. She just retired last year.
For real?
No, this year. She just retired this year.
Man, salute, man. That's fire.
She just retired this year.
I remember her being there in them days. We all knew. Everybody knew Karana, her mama. Everybody knew Karana, her mama. But the fact that we have all that coming and that's going to be there, like, I think it's just an opportunity for everyone to know. Like, I have a day job. My day job needs to promote things like that and even try to find a way to partner. I'll let you know what my day job is offline. But in that sense, it's just so dope. I think the more kids and the more adults know about these type of things, they can attend, because I think a lot of times we just don't have the information. And everybody calls it gatekeeping. That somebody's not telling them.
And the beauty of it too is, like, to all the teachers that see this, like, so the exhibit closes on January the 16th, right?
Got that extension?
Got that extension. The crazy thing about it is, so I went down there to meet DJ No ID, right? DJ No ID brings some kids from Mount Royal down there. Shout out to Ed. He brings some kids from Mount Royal down there, and I'm going down there to meet the Mount Royal kids to give them all books. I get down there, and it's 4 other schools that are visiting. I go meet my nephew, Carter Vision. Shout out to Ben. I meet my nephew down there yesterday, and while I'm down there waiting for him, I see 2 more groups of students in schools down there. I went down there 3 days ago to meet City Council President Zeke Cohen, and we bump into Forest Park. So it's like,
it's a thing.
Ed brought Mount Royal down there. Mello went to Mount Royal. I went down there with Zeke to meet Forest Park. Devin Allen went to Forest Park. Devin Allen got photos all throughout the exhibit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like people, so that they not only seeing Melo's story, but they seeing how we work around the NBA, and we're able to be a part of a game that we love, even though we not scoring 50 points and all that.
And just to be connected, like that A to B to see that 8 level or that 6 degrees of separation, it's just fire to see that, we have that lineage. It's fire. I didn't know Devin went to Forest Park at all.
Yeah, Devin went to Forest Park, yeah.
And I don't know where I thought he went. Where did I think he went?
He went to Woodlawn too.
Oh,
but
so
he went to Forest Park.
Got
and then
you.
He went to Woodlawn.
All right.
He weirdly graduated from both. It's like I don't know what it means. You put 2 degrees together. I think you put 2 degrees together and make an AA.
What?
You put 2 high school diplomas together and make an AA.
What? That is crazy.
You gotta rub them together though.
No, graduating from 2 schools is absolutely crazy. I don't know how you even pull that off. How did y'all get that extension?
Everything costs.
Oh, okay.
Everything costs. But also, I think the library was excited about it because, again, man, foot traffic is up, man. People are coming out. And, people, they're not just people from Baltimore. Mello fans, Carmelo Anthony fans are in Australia, they're in China, like they're all over the world.
One of the greatest basketball players ever, man.
Yo, so you got people coming from Australia that go see the Mellow exhibit, and then they be on TikTok, so they probably going to Jimmy's and get some Yakami after that.
Yeah. they definitely going crazy with this Yakami right now.
They going crazy with the Yakami.
You a fan of that Yakami?
Nah, not since I was like. I mean, I loved it when I was like 12, but it's like, nah, I'm good on it.
I'm letting y'all know I've never had. I think I had Yakami like once.
I outgrew it though.
Twice.
Yeah, I outgrew it though.
Yeah, I'm not a Yakami
We was
person.
kids. I mean, when you in the hood, you in the streets, you down the hill in the projects and all that, like you eating chicken boxes and you know what I'm saying? But when you get older, you kind of like, I mean, I just told you go to Marta because they make their own pasta at 4 o'clock in the morning every day.
Oh, that's that spot.
You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck I look like eating box pasta, nigga? That's insane. My daughter don't even eat box pasta. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing it different though, man. Y'all rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
We're not rich, man. We just got a pasta maker.
We not rich. We just got a pasta maker. That's crazy. You know, I gotta get a pasta maker.
You should get, if you like pasta, you should get, it's more healthy too.
Now, I need to lay off the pasta. I'm trying to get all this in before I go on this crazy diet I'm going on.
What's the crazy diet? Like the carnivore joint? That's the crazy joint.
No, it's not crazy. It's just for me, like I'm really dedicating 2026 to just being healthy. Fried foods, breads, pastas, of course, sugars.
It's important though. I mean, it's important, 100%. Man. How many people you know?
I want to be here.
Yo, exactly. And you doing your thing in your career. People know your name.
Exactly.
You on camera.
I would hate to drop dead in the middle of all this.
You thinning out something though.
Yeah, I might be. That's the stress. I got it. My girl broke up with me, so yeah, that was a little bit of that.
Is it like a good breakup, or was it one of them things that ended ugly?
No, it's a good breakup. We're actually still cool. We're still like the best of friends. Oddly enough, still in her son's life, taking him to school 4 days out the week.
Oh, you a real good brother.
Oh yeah.
Once I break up with people, I'm not. It's not a beef, but it's like, and also because I just don't have time to like I don't have time to like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm pretty sure you have limited time. You get another girl, then her son's gonna have to figure out how to get. You should actually probably like, shorty, I'm gonna get another girl, and she's not gonna want me taking you to school. So you got to learn how to get to school. And if they start shooting, little nigga, just zigzag. You be all right?
You know what's crazy? I've thought about that part, but I like my little man's 7, right? I've been in this life since he was 2. So like he's conditioned to me, like he knows me, like I'm him to him. So at this point, it's like if a new girl comes along, like I don't even. I would just have to tell, like, look, I got a bonus kid. Like I'm in this life. Me and his mother, we're cool. It ain't no, like she not even that kind of girl that be on no rah rah. Like she be chilling. Like
I had a situation like that, but I cut the kid off when I cut the lady off. The lady, she went mad too, boy. She was like, I introduced you to my kid. And I was like, well, with all due respect, I never asked to meet your kid. Like,
so that's how I feel. So
I'm never even.
Yo, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally, I don't date single mothers. Her and I were already friends. We had been friends for years. I've known her forever. I know her since before she had the kid. And at the time, I was single healing. She was single healing. And she liked me. And I was like, damn, I could do this. You know, like, let's try this. So we gave it a shot. We had a good 4.5, 5 years. You
should have called me, man.
And I should have.
I should have said, yo, you want this thing to go right? Never, ever see her before 10 p.m.
Okay. I should have done it. Yo, when I say I promise you, I was like, dog, she knew I didn't want to deal with nobody that had a kid.
Right.
She knew that. I was just like, it's just too much when you deal with women that have kids.
No, I feel you.
It's like, not only do I gotta worry about dating you and getting to know you, I gotta get to know this other person too. And it's just like, damn, when I met you outside, you was looking good. I ain't know you had a kid.
When you lock in with the kid, when you know that the relationship is gonna be something, you gotta lock in with the kid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When you feel like the relationship isn't gonna work, then you kind of gotta break up with the kid before you break up with the lady. And I'm like, you don't break up with the kid in a harsh way. It's like, maybe you make a joke and the kid laugh a little too hard. Just mush that little nigga. You know what I mean? maybe you leaving the crib and it's like a box of fruit snacks. Just take all of them.
Don't
leave none. You break up with the kids slowly. You know what I mean?
Break his tablet.
You tell him little shit like, your father a whore. Like, you terrorize that little motherfucker. You gotta leave the kid with some trauma, man. Hey, man, leave the kid with some trauma. Man.
I should have did that. I can't though. Not this kid. Now and going forward,
it's a joke, y'all.
We are having fun, y'all. We are having fun. We know this has been serious, but we can have fun too.
Boy. Hey, dirty email. Like, yo, you telling Fadam to leave?
Hey, listen, look, and Tremaine gonna be the one to be like, it would be y'all too to say that, and now everybody's saying, yeah, the single mother dating the single mother.
Tremaine the best person I know, man.
Oh yeah, that's my guy, man. That's Baltimore's quiet.
I never heard a bad story about. I never heard anything bad about Tremaine.
I got some bad stories about Tremaine.
For real?
Yeah, he done called me fat a bunch of times.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm a person that loves joking.
He a waitist?
Oh man, yes, he's a waitist. He's absolutely a waitist. When I tell you, I'm a guy. So I've been fat the majority of my life, so I'm conditioned to shoot first when I see you. Right? I'm shooting first, like off the rip. Like I'm funny, so I'm off the rip.
My fault, bro. My heart broke a little bit. I ain't know that Tremaine had it in him. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh man, Tremaine's a horrible human being.
You know we got the same birthday.
For real?
February 10th. Yeah.
He's a horrible human being. Horrible. So I usually shoot off the rip. Tremaine is the only person. I'm one of the people like, you shoot me first, I'm kind of startled. Right. And it's hard for me to get my foot in. And he come with the jokes quick. And it's like, yo, I'm trying to catch my grip. And everybody's still laughing at his original joke. And I'm just like, God damn. So I just got to walk away or just chalk it up. And it pisses me off every time. Every time.
Man, but all that community work went out the window, man.
All that community work.
You switched the whole narrative on him now.
Oh, yeah,
man.
no, Tremaine's a horrible.
We got a new narrative now.
Human being, but that's my guy. Love him to death. He's known me since I was just fat. I had him playing basketball.
Where you hoop at?
Oh, correct. I was the man.
Y'all had a pickup game or?
No, I was on the team.
Oh,
I was on the team, man.
It was a rec ball team.
Yeah, rec ball.
Oh, y'all
team.
play rec ball against each other.
Yeah, no, he was older than me, so he didn't play. I've never seen him play sports at all, actually. But he was like one of my best friends back in them days was his god brother. So Tremaine was big bro to us. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the man. When he went to Hampton, we all wanted to go to Hampton. Now only one of us really got into Hampton. I wanted to go to Morehouse. I didn't get into Morehouse either. I ended up at Coppin. However, that works out for my life. But either way, that's how that worked. But Tremaine always just been a big brother and make sure like everybody good. Like he definitely, I'm appreciative of him because he's been leading the Fadam charge, especially in this building, because it's hard sometimes to get people to see you in a different light.
Yeah, I was such an idiot in high school, dog. Like when it came like out to planning my future, I didn't even think about like I wanted to go to Georgetown because of Above the Rim.
Oh shoot!
And I got in.
You got in Georgetown?
Yeah, I was smart. I was a sharp kid. Like I was a sharp kid. I did my work. Like like I knew enough to do my work. I wouldn't say I was like groundbreaking intelligent, but I understood my demographic. I had a good hold of standardized tests. And I kind of understood how those systems worked, but I didn't go. I ended up going to Hopkins. I went to UB, and I went to Hopkins. But this is like years later. Like after like, doing all the street stuff when I was trying to switch my life around. But yeah, I didn't think about college. I was just so into what was happening in my neighborhood. I didn't think about college culture. I didn't think about getting outside of East Baltimore. I didn't even think about anything but what was happening within the blocks.
Yeah, and East Baltimore, that's the terrible side of Baltimore. Like that's like the worst side of Baltimore, man. That's
our neighborhood is like they got rid of everybody and they rebuilt. It's a Marriott. It's a Dickeyland. It's a Dickeyland Starbucks.
Dang.
Dickeyland Marriott. They built. Outside East Baltimore, they call it down the hill. They call it Middle East Baltimore now. It's not even called. It's called Middle East Baltimore. They got
Middle East Baltimore,
where Hi Hats used to be at. Hi Hats was probably the only bar in the history of America, where you got bring your liquor to the bar. So this dude Big Earl used to run the bar. So we're like, cause we used to drink. We was into what was happening. We was drinking Remy. We was drinking Belvedere. We was drinking Grey Goose at the time. All they had was like Ripples. So we would go to the cut rate. And we would like tell our girlfriends going to bar and wait for us. Then we'd go to the cut rate. We'd buy the Remy. We'd buy the 1738. We'd buy the Belvedere. Whoever drink light, drink light. Whoever drink dark, drink dark. We were taking us out the bar and we would give it to the bar, and then we would we would tip him for serving our drinks to us and our dates, and then we'd pregame, and then where you take girls at for dates at that time? I think at that time you take them to Ruth Chris or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like a Ruth Chris and Fungal Child, whatever it is.
Fogo de Child.
You go to little spot. I think little spots like that was turned back then for like on a date tip and all
I think they still kind of turn, especially in Baltimore. It's super.
I don't even eat at franchises no more. It's crazy, right? I
Oh,
don't even think
man.
I don't even like.
That's crazy.
Except when my daughter went like Chipotle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all let her eat Chipotle?
It's like a treat though. It's
Okay.
kind of like a that's like she won't touch McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like she won't even like she
Man.
tells people she's allergic to it. Like cause she on a swim team and like they had like nuggets for everybody and she's like, where are those nuggets from? You know what I'm saying? You know kids, man. McDonald's and Cocoa Melon be ruining kids, bro.
Listen, when
They be fucking kids up. It's like heroin.
listen, when I saw you two together, I said, and when y'all finally had announced y'all was expecting, I said that is gonna be an intelligent baby. That child right there is gonna be different.
Yeah, she's a great mom, man. She makes sure, like, I think if it was left to me, I would definitely I'll probably only have her in art, but Karan has her in swim, she has her in music, but then she's in cello, she's in dance, she dances like twice a week. She has a very full schedule for a 5-year-old, and I think like she doesn't complain about it. It's a routine for her. She appreciates it. Like I know she probably wish she could sleep in on some of them weekends, but once she get into her art bag, like she's at home, and I love that for her. I wanted to be an artist, but there was no artist, and this is one of the reasons why we doing those workshops at the Mellow joint.
Right.
I wanted to be a visual artist when I was a kid. I used to draw, paint, all that. Like
her son draws like he's fire. Yeah. He's fire.
You
with
won't
drawing.
break up with him though. You gotta rip one of his pictures. You gotta say, yo, you'll never be Basquiat, little nigga. Yo, watch Baby Boy. They gonna say him.
Hey, yo,
watch Baby Boy.
I just took him a bunch of paper like last week. Like,
now put him in art. Is he in art class?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he goes.
But they got Micah has a whole lot of a big selection of art, and it's not even that expensive. They have a big selection of different art classes on the weekends. My daughter took painting, she took drawing, she does it every Saturday. Every Saturday you can go to Micah and he'll be around a bunch of this another thing. I didn't end up being a visual artist because I didn't even have a community of artists to tap into. There was nobody with cameras and there was nobody doing this kind of stuff. So you put Shorty around a community of artists, he's only going to get better. He's going to develop an artistic language. He's going to develop a shared memory with other people who are into that kind of creation too. And it will literally change the trajectory of his life.
That's fine.
Why did I do street stuff? Because I was in the street. If I was around art people, I would do art stuff.
I'm hitting her right after this is over.
Hit her right after this.
Yeah, I'm hitting her right after this.
Put him in that'd be a nice little Christmas gift. You gotta buy like a little certificate to one of the Micah classes, and that's gonna make him a better person, and that's gonna make you. You know what I'm saying?
Stepdad of the year.
Yeah, stepdad. And give you the opportunity to change somebody's life on some shit that's like a couple $100. You could change somebody. People don't understand how that little stuff, it go a long way, bro.
A very long way. Real quick, let's get in Baltimore real quick. Favorite spot to eat a chicken box when you was on chicken boxes?
Damn, yo, I'm going to sound like I'm going back with the TikTok people, but the best 2 spots in Baltimore to get a chicken box to this day is probably still JJ's or Jimmy's.
JJ's or Jimmy's.
No Royals, none of that Greek Village crap, none of that.
JJ's or Jimmy's.
JJ's or Jimmy's, or I'd rather be hungry and wait till the next day.
Best spot to get crabs from.
The best spot to get crabs from, my man Mackey's right now on Bel Air Road, man, because he know how everybody gonna say like Blake's and all that, but Mackey know how to season the joint. A black man, so he know how to season the shit. Like
on Bel Air Road.
The season is crazy. Like Mackey's, man, I don't even want crabs unless they from Mackey's. Honestly, I just sit out.
Crab cakes, best in the city.
So if I'm eating on some takeout, on a takeout joint, or on like the little, if I'm getting a drink or whatever, I'm gonna go inside Coco's. If I want like the culinary tip and something that's like different but like that's elite, then I'm probably gonna go to Woodbury Kitchen. If I'm going with how I normally eat now, then I'm gonna check and see if the Charleston has what they have on their menu because the fluctuation changes. But when crabs are in season, they do an array of crab dishes that are like creative and really good.
one thing the city needs to work on?
Everybody should have free Wi-Fi. I was just in Qatar, like, and not to keep saying that, but I was amazed because so I'm walking down the street and I feel a draft, and mind you, we by the desert, and I'm like, "What's the draft?" And our driver was like, "Oh, AC comes out of the ground outside." So that's A. B, the bus stops have domes that have AC, and inside those domes you can watch Netflix. C, Wi-Fi's everywhere. So like if you're going around and you need to, technology can help you launch a career, put in a job application. It can help you connect with a loved one. Technology is very important.
They got homeless people out there?
No.
All right.
No homeless people, no crime. D, pretty much most of the hotels, every room is a suite. So like you're not having any pedestrian like rooms with like filthy, if you stay in a hotel and they have like throw pillows on the bed, the first thing you want to do is like put them on the floor. I kind of put them under the bed because they don't clean the throw pillows. So there's probably all types of like residue and
did y'all know that?
They don't clean them joints. So just stay away from them joints. But the rooms are extremely clean and they're huge. So it's like when I went out there, the room that I was in, I didn't request a suite. So normally, like when I booked the room, and I didn't see an option for it. So when I got over there, I was like, "Yo, I need like some size because my family's gonna be here." They was like, "Look at the room before you go up to the next level." And I get into the room, and it's like a huge living room. It's like a huge bathtub. It's like a folding bed. It's another chair. It's a walk-in closet. And I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." Because I was in Paris not too long ago, and just funny situation is that I had a really, really, really nice hotel. And the room was like kind of like this size.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like New York.
It's just like New York, like New York. So you got your little spots that you stay in New York. You know what I'm saying? That you really like. I like the Pendry. And when I stay there because it's like it's right by the train station.
I like the Nomo.
And then you can get a loft or like a suite in Lower East Side at LES 60 or at that Indigo joint, and you can get so if I'm spending less money, I stay in Lower East Side. If I'm spending more money, then I stay in something more luxurious. But you can get. You find your spots because in New York there's a new hotel opening up every time, and you don't know if you catch them that first couple of weeks is good. If you go in there after like it was open for like a year, you might find like a dead hooker in your bathroom or something.
A dead hooker in the bathroom is crazy.
Like, yo,
it's crazy.
You try to take a shower, I gotta step over this dead hooker because I gotta get them out of there.
A dead hooker is crazy.
Who's that lady from Law and Order, Benson? She be knocking on the door. You know what I'm saying?
SVU is coming back this week. SVU is coming back. House of Mellow extension till January 15th. Make sure y'all tap in. Make a go visit. The Mellow tournament should be coming up too.
Yo, Stay Mellow Classic is definitely coming up in February, right after the House of Mellow ends.
And it's back in Baltimore this year.
Back in Baltimore.
Yeah, last year we was in Harford County. I don't know why we was in Harford County.
It's at Morgan State, man.
It's at Morgan.
Shout out to Bay and Mellow and
Yeah,
Coach
will
Sam
be there.
Brand.
Last year I worked at, I thought I was going to get an interview with Mellow. I didn't. Then I thought I was going to get an interview with Cayenne, and that got deaded too. And because I was interviewing the MVPs each game. So that's what we thought was going to happen. But it did happen. But this year, I expect it to be a little better. You know what I mean? Better thing. But it's dope, man. But D, keep doing your thing, man.
How old was you when you moved here?
So me and Mello got like the same story. Like, it's the craziest thing in the world. So when I see him catch flack for repping New York, we all laugh because that's literally me.
And he's like wildly honest about it. He's like, yo, I was born in Brooklyn. I came here. I was 8. Came of age in Baltimore. I was raised in Baltimore. So technically, he got that love for both.
Same thing. I got here. I was like 9 or 10. I was born in New York. I was born in Harlem. And we came down 9 or 10 miles, job relocated, went to cross country elementary. Like, I used to live behind the plaza.
You hoop like you came from New York, or you hoop like you came from Baltimore? Mello hoop like a Baltimore guy.
Originally,
like all that his back to the basket. That's all. Like you tell you come from, or you come up on the Mark Culture post anybody else.
So
throwing the ball in the rim like that.
Originally, when I hooped like New York person. I dribbled a lot.
Too much. Yeah.
Dribbled way too much.
Travel.
And then when I got to middle school, high school, I realized I wasn't getting taller and everybody else was. So at that point, I realized this basketball thing ain't happening. So I still did it for fun, but then I was like, yeah, let me just let this go and I could be a coach. So I was just trying to coach, and after that, I just loved basketball. I found out about Melo like 10th grade because I was.
Y'all like the same age.
Yeah. We actually his birthday the 29th. I'm the 18th. Same age, 84.
I got a lot. I got 85.
84.
84.
Yeah.
Melo's born 84.
Yep.
Yeah.
84. Like what you call? I was big on that. I remember my man Taiwan used to hoop with all of them. So
Yeah.
Taiwan hooped with all of them. I remember one time I had to take Taiwan and Joey Dorsey to somebody's crib, but they was all on the same team. Like it was crazy. We was in a two-door.
I was gonna say, how Joey Dorsey fit in your car? He's a big dude, man.
A two-door 95 Honda Civic. I don't know how both of these niggas were 6, 7, 8. Like I don't like Joey had to put the seat all the way back. My seat was all the way front. Ty was in the back, like so he could try to stretch out. It was the craziest thing. But I remember like being downtown 4th of July. Like we was around. So I seen him, but like I don't know him like that. And of course I know some.
Get y'all together, man. That's
Yeah.
mandatory. That's on the list now, man. That's mandatory.
Yeah. So every year I'm thinking like, all right, I'm gonna get that somehow, some way. It don't happen. I waited. What happened? I went to the sanctuary this year because Tremaine was like, "Yo, go to the sanctuary."
Why you come to opening day? We was literally sitting around doing nothing for 2 hours, dog. In the middle of the library.
Yo,
We was sitting around for 2 hours making fun of each other.
because nobody told me. Like I had very little information
The
about.
other dude from the locker room was somebody from the locker room was down there.
Yeah, they be wanting to be there, but I'm the person that needs to be there. So when I tell you, exactly, I'm the person that need to be there because I'm gonna tell a story and get the content.
Right.
They just want to be there to look cool.
You should have been there.
Exactly. So Tremaine is telling me like, and that's why I said like I appreciate Tremaine so much because he really waved the flag for dog. Fadam is gonna do what we need him to do. Like this is what y'all just going because y'all want to look cool. Fadam is getting the work done. He putting the story out there.
We gonna do a close. We ain't figure out what the closing event was. You in there though, bro.
Listen,
in there, man.
anything I can do to be a part, man. Anything I can do to help, man. I'm with it, man. D.Watkins, let the people know where to follow you.
At D.Watkins World on everything.
What's coming up 2026?
I'm trying to make a movie in Baltimore, man. Actually, me and Melo trying to make a movie here. You know what I mean?
Can we redo that Dirt Bike movie?
Yo, you know it's crazy. We can talk about that offline. We can talk about that offline.
Because that accent, the boy they chose for that, was horrible.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it offline.
I was pissed about that, man. Oh, I was pissed. My Baltimore accent better than that one. Like, oh, it was horrible. But yeah, we got some things to talk about. But listen, D, I appreciate you coming here. Appreciate you being here. And much more success to you in 2026, my brother. I'm cheering for you from afar and close up, man. We here. Listen, Baltimore, we going to keep doing our thing. All right, Fadam got the juice. You plugged in. DTLR Radio. Let's go.